Meet Maya. 2 years ago, she was stuck in a cubicle. She had no formal real estate education and not a single dollar of property to her name. Today, she manages over 40 rental homes. And here's the twist. She doesn't own any of them. That's the quiet secret of property management. You can make real money in real estate without ever buying a building. If you were thinking about getting into property management, let me break it down for you. Property management is simple in theory. Landlords own rentals, but most of them hate dealing with those annoying 2 a.m. My sink is leaking calls, chasing late rent, and screening tenants. So they hand the keys to someone like Maya who runs everything and takes a cut. Each unit she manages is called a door. More doors equals more income. It's a numbers game, and once you get your feet wet with the basics, scaling up is easier than you might think. Maya's first move wasn't paperwork. It was research. In the US, property management is local, so laws, rent prices, and demand change from state to state, sometimes city to city. So she studied her area. Where's rental demand high? What's the vacancy rate? Who's the competition? Then she picked a niche. Single-family homes in a fast-growing Sunbelt suburb instead of trying to manage everything, everywhere. Focus first. Next came the part most beginners get dangerously wrong: licensing. In most US states, to manage property for someone else, you legally need a real estate broker's license, or you have to work under one. A handful of states don't require it at all. So before anything else, Maya checked her state's real estate commission. Get this wrong and you can be fined or shut down. Do not skip it. Then Maya made it official. She formed an LLC, a limited liability company, to protect her personal savings if a deal ever went sideways. She got an AIN, a free tax ID from the IRS, registered with her Secretary of State, and opened a business bank account. And the one that trips people up, a separate trust account. When you hold other people's rent and security deposits, that money legally can't be mixed with yours. The rules require it to sit in its own separate account. She also got insured, general liability, plus errors and omissions coverage in case she ever made a costly mistake. So how does Maya actually get paid? Two main ways. A monthly management fee, which is usually 8 to 12% of the rent she collects, and a leasing fee, which is often half to a full month's rent every time she places a new tenant. On a $2,000 a month house at 10%, that's $200 a month per door. If she got 40 doors, you can do the math. That's why, in this business, volume is everything. To handle 40 doors without losing her mind, Maya leaned on property management software. I won't name specific companies, but you can literally Google best property management software on Google and tons of them will pop up. These tools can track maintenance requests and handle the accounting automatically. She used a solid property management agreement, the contract that spells out her duties and her fees, and she learned the Fair Housing Act cold, so she'd never accidentally discriminate against an applicant and get sued. Her hardest step was the very first client. Maya joined local landlord groups, partnered with realtors who hated managing rentals, and pitched burned-out owners directly. Then Frank, a landlord with 3 tired rentals and 0 patients left, agreed to work with her. Now she has 3 doors. Her business finally felt real. Happy clients referred more, and it snowballed from there. The best part is that Maya never needed a degree for any of this. And you don't need one either if you're thinking of getting into the property management game. I found a free online course from a professional property manager. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.